Returning to our top story, federal prosecutors have revealed the charges against Donald Trump in relation to his handling of confidential documents. Joining me live from LA is Professor of Political Science at Cypress College, Peter Matthews. Professor, thank you very much for joining us. Great to see you. Can you run us through those charges?
Willful retention, first of all, 31 counts of willful retention of national defense information under the Espionage Act, conspiracy to obstruct justice, corruptly concealing a document or record, concealing a document in a federal investigation, and making false statements. For example, the willful retention court counts pertain to a specific classified document found at Mar-a-Lago marked secret or top secret, which included topics such as details about U.S. nuclear weapons, nuclear capability of a foreign country, military activities or capabilities of other countries. This is very, very serious. So you can imagine that I'm sure that he's not a happy camper at this point, and he's going to have to find the kind of defense that he can hope will be able to keep him somewhat at bay of this whole thing going on.
Donald Trump is maintaining his innocence. The US Special Counsel Jack Smith said that we have one set of laws that apply to everyone in this country.
Yes, indeed. He's maintaining his innocence, that's Trump. But Jack Smith and other people who know about the rule of law principle, which we teach in our classes in U.S. government and politics, is that there must be, as John Locke said, the law must apply evenly and equally to everyone. There must not be one law for rich and another one for poor. So it doesn't matter what group you're in, the law has to be evenly applied, and that's part of the principle of constitutionalism and rule of law. Well, now we see that the law has applied so far. Now let's make sure we understand that everyone is innocent until proven guilty, including Mr. President Trump. He's innocent until proven guilty, but now he has to face the charges and will be in court on Tuesday to be arraigned. And then a court date will be set as to when there will be actual trial with a jury of his peers who will then decide on his guilt or innocence. And the judge can then decide on sentencing as well. And these are very, very serious charges. It's the first time that a former president has been indicted in this manner of these kinds of violations.
And Professor, how do you think this will go with Donald Trump's popularity? We know that know that he has big supporters. Will this change their views, do you think?
It seemed that every time he was confronted with some kind of adversity such as this, he had strong support among his own people that are diehard supporters. And in fact, his numbers sometimes grew. But this is such a serious charge that many Republicans are holding back on supporting him or condemning the charges, although some leading ones did condemn the charges, and they are afraid to alienate his base. But still, I don't think this is going to help him in any way in terms of his popularity. In fact, I think Governor DeSantis will have a better chance now to be able to get closer to winning the nomination, possibly, and that Mr. Trump will be struggling now to defend himself against. Don't forget, it's not the only indictment. He's facing the other indictment at a court date in March, in the middle of the primary season, regarding the Stormy Daniels case. So it's not a good situation to be in, and I'm not sure this will actually help him in any way.
Let's turn to another topic, the wildfires. As you well know, Professor, tens of millions of people have been under air quality alerts across the US. Additional help has arrived in Canada to battle what's described as one of the worst wildfire seasons on record. Again, millions of people with poor air quality. How has it been?
It's not bad in California at this point because we're on the West Coast where we are. But on the East Coast, the Midwest, and the northern part of the United States, it's horrendous. People are stepping outside of their apartments and offices in New York City and seeing the sky in orange and gray colors and choking on the particulate matter. In fact, they're being given masks to wear at subways, massive mask distribution, so people can protect their lungs, because particulate matter is the worst thing you can have for lung damage. And when we have certain levels of that, sometimes where there's a lot of diesel emissions in the West Coast on the freeways, this is far worse. This is all over the place in thousands of square miles of existence, and people are really suffering right now. And we hope we can, the Canadian technology, they have these super airplanes that can actually put the wildfires out, get to work even further and do it. But to me, it's climate change. Is what's causing this is climate change, increasing temperature rises, and we've got to get that under control, Jamie, absolutely.
Professor Matthews, always great to see you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you. Take care, Jamie.